When your AI agent gets the answer wrong, you know the output looks off. The numbers don't add up. The recommendation contradicts something obvious and you catch it. When your AI confidently answers the wrong question, you might not catch it. Let me explain. Last week, I was using my own system to define a strategic direction of a part of my business for the next few months. And I'd prepared questions in advance. I'd built a brief to run with while I went for a long drive, audio mode on, AI asking me questions, me answering them. The output came back detailed, structured, confident, and beautifully reasoned. Every section connected to the next. The conclusions were specific. The next steps were crystal clear. The premise was completely wrong. Here's what the brief actually contained. The questions were designed around a specific internal project, how to package it, how to position the tiers, what the entry point should be, how to sequence the launch over the next 2 quarters, and what pricing would optimize the conversion path. Every question presupposed that the project was the answer. My job in the session, as the brief saw it, was to figure out how to build around it. And I was into the 3rd phase before something felt a bit off. The questions were thorough. The brief was well constructed, but every answer arrived kind of pre-solved. None of them were asking the most basic prior question, is this actually what you should be building? So I stopped the session and I asked it, why are we presupposing the project is the answer here? Why did the brief start from that frame? Now, the AI had access to everything I'd built over the previous year. Product documentation, revenue data, client records, framework files. It found the dominant thread in all of that, the product that I've been building. And it made the assumption that that is the answer. The brief was internally consistent with everything in the vault, the coherent, detailed, built on the wrong first question though. So what it couldn't do was question whether the frame was right in the first place. And there's a reason this is so important. Once I made the system start again, the data was fine and the premise that it originally started with was very clearly wrong. So this is not a bug that you can just fix or prompt your way out of easily if you don't have experience. It's not really a flaw in the model, it's just a design constraint. So naming it correctly matters because the fix is different depending on where the failure is. AI optimizes. It takes available information, connects it, produces a coherent answer to the question in front of it. If the question contains a hidden assumption, then the output will confirm and elaborate that assumption with precision. The brief looked right because it did draw on real data. The data was pointing in the wrong objective. So nothing inside the system flagged that because the system's not built to question its own frame. It's built to serve it. The model answers what it is asked. So AI can challenge a frame. It can push back if you explicitly ask it to. And by default, it optimizes the frame you give it. And that is the danger. A bad premise does not look bad once the system has organized it beautifully. The function the operator brings, that's you, is not optimization. It is judgment about whether the optimization is pointed at the right objective in the first place. So you have to be in the loop to catch errors in the output. And this is what the gap is. It doesn't close with better models. Better models just produce more confident answer to false premises. They produce them faster. They cite more sources. They format them more cleanly. The frame error gets harder to spot because the output looks pretty authoritative. The thing that catches frame errors is not better technology. It is more pattern recognition. And I see this across almost every person that I'm working with. The pattern I see is, look, people aren't making bad decisions. The decisions are pretty good, but the execution is also good. The problem is the decisions are good decisions about the wrong problem. I know it's a lot to take in, but AI accelerates that pattern. So it's making the wrong problem look thoroughly solved. Months of clean execution pointed at exactly the wrong outcome. And the system keeps confirming it because the inputs keep feeding it the same frame. I've got a client. This is a good example. His name's Sam. He's doubled revenue this year. He's just about to crack 100K per month. The lever was not a new tool. It was removing one. He'd been building software on top of an AI automation platform. The project was progressing. He had a team. The metrics on it looked pretty reasonable, but it was built for a version of the business he hadn't yet become, and it was consuming all of his attention and his passion, and the focus, core work that should have been done was stopping him building where he needed to be. So we redirected his energy back to the one business where his combination of background, experience, and access meant almost no one can compete, even as that space was rapidly being pursued by competitors. Once the AI build was gone, the core business had room to move. Revenue doubled and he added nothing. He removed something. But you've got to step back and say, hang on, why are we even doing this? And that's what the AI is not willing to do. He had a working AI system. It was pointed at the wrong place. The pattern is quite easy to happen. So the AI was working, the frameworks were running, the dashboards were green, the decisions were good, the problems were wrong. The brief that fails is not the brief that gets the details wrong. The brief that fails answers a sound question inside an unsound frame. So what I want to show you is where the judgment that catches them actually comes from. So I've been in business for a long time, since about 1991, 35 years. And before the online mentoring and before the frameworks, before any of the work that's publicly visible now, I was a timber broker. My mentor, my grandfather, was blind and he couldn't read body language. He couldn't see the person across from him because he was on the telephone, because all his work happened over the phone from a little shed in his backyard. But he could read the tone. He could read hesitation. He could tell when someone wasn't being truthful. He could read a pause before an answer, the speed of the yes. He could tell when a buyer was hiding something and he was listening to where their voice tightened. He could tell when a seller was bluffing on inventory by the rhythm of the answer. He taught me to hear what people were saying, not the words they were saying, as clearly as they were. That training didn't make me good at finding answers. It made me good at catching hidden assumptions. When you spend 2 years sitting next to someone who can't see, you stop trusting the surface of what is in front of you and you learn to listen for what's missing from the picture, not just what's in it. After timber, debt collections, finance, and repossessions, and 2 years of that, and every conversation was a negotiation with someone hiding something. The visible situation was rarely the real situation. The debtor's story was always plausible and almost never true. You learn to ask the question they were not expecting, the one that revealed what they thought you would not ask. And then came the dealerships, first in sales, then in leadership, 50 to 100 staff at a time, and various iterations of dealerships I worked at. Sales teams running deals across multiple desks. The visible situation was even more deceptive than collections. You learn to look at what the data says and then ask whether the data is measuring the right thing. 35 years of that is why I caught the brief. The reason this is not replaceable by AI is not because AI is terrible at all the work. We've established that it's pretty good at that. The reason is that the work I do is upstream of the work AI does. Someone has to write the brief. Someone has to decide what question goes to the system. Someone has to look at the answer and decide whether the question was right. That someone is the operator, and that operator who's been catching upstream errors for 3 decades catches them faster than the operator who started catching them last year. This is the AI gap. It can't close it yet. The job requires a kind of judgment that comes from being outside the system looking in. You cannot be the analyst and the subject of the analysis at the same time without an external perspective built from doing this across hundreds of businesses over decades. So there's one check that catches most of this before you open the session. If you are using AI for strategic work, the failure mode is not the output. The failure mode is the question. If your AI brief starts from an assumption you've not checked, the output will be a thorough answer to the wrong question. The model answers what it is asked. The operator in the loop is there to check the question, not just the answer. One check before any strategic AI session. What am I actually trying to produce specifically? Write it down before opening the session. Before any strategic AI session, that one check, what am I actually trying to produce specifically? What does winning look like at the end of this session? Write it down before the open session and then read the brief and ask whether it's designed to produce that specific outcome or something adjacent to it that just looks similar. If the brief starts from an assumption, name it. Ask whether it is correct before asking anything else. One way to test this: write the sentence that would be true if the assumption were wrong. If your brief is built around the project is the answer, write the sentence, what if the project might not be the answer at all? Then ask whether your brief can survive that question. If it cannot, the brief is a confirmation exercise, not an exploration. Big difference. Throw it out. Build a new brief that doesn't presuppose what it is trying to investigate. The questions below the frame level will be answered very well by the system. The question above it, is the frame right? Only you can answer that. And I've got clients who spend hours in AI sessions producing really great outputs that point in all the wrong directions. Nothing in that system will flag it because the system isn't built to question itself. The morning after I caught the brief, I was out walking. The bigger question came up, what am I actually optimizing for? And the brief had an answer. The business had an answer. Neither of them were the right answer. That realization only happened because I stopped to catch the bad frame first. If I had executed the brief as delivered 6 months from now, I'd have a beautifully built thing pointing in the wrong direction and the business would have looked productive. It would have kept me busy and it'd be compounding, but it would have been compounding zero. So if you're at the point where you're not sure whether the problem you're solving is the right problem, that's what Simplify is for. One quick exercise and you're sorted. You'll leave knowing what the actual problem is, not a framework, not a plan, not a course, the correct question. Once you've got the correct question, the frameworks and the plans can take care of themselves.